and you can watch a full breakdown of attack position. I'm going to hit some key points and some key things that I think that Jett is doing, Sexton is doing. There's a handful of other guys Cole Davies are doing that nobody else has really adapted to just yet. And the first...
Boom, right there. No one has really adapted to Jets yet. Yes, great recommendations in Cole Davies, Chase Sexton, Hunter Lawrence. However, no one is like Jett. So look, today we're on our training series right here. Today we're going to cover the secret to ride like Jett Lawrence by AJ Canzero. So check out his channel, check out the Moto Academy to watch the full video. I'm not watching the full video, not ripping his full video, but he single-handedly has made me a better rider without me having to even ride. So, and makes it fun for me because as we see guys like Jett dominate everyone in a completely silent but deadly fashion, we wonder how. Well, this is how. So attack position, that is the main point in this video right here. Check out the last one they worked on cornering, and we got to learn why Jett does not get arm pump. And that was really cool, and that has changed my whole mindset when it comes to even riding a dirt bike. So like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments if you guys are feeling this, and then also drop some more training videos in the comment section. We'll see, because I don't know everything. I haven't watched everything. I've mostly been focused on AJ Canzero stuff. So if you guys have other recommendations or other videos from him that I might have missed, drop it down in the comments. I'll check it out. I'll be looking out for it. So here we go.
Thing I want to talk about is roll speed. What roll speed is it's getting off the brakes early so you can flow through the first part of the corner with more momentum. When you watch a lot of these videos so you can flow through the first part of the corner.
Hold on.
What roll speed is it's getting...
First off, I tried to tell myself the other day, hey, hit a corner, and when you hit the corner, sit neutral on the bike, keep your back straight, as if like you're just in, like, it feels wrong. It feels robotic to just sit like this and then go hard on a dirt bike. But watch this. Watch this. And what he was telling me in the last video, look at his hands, look at his arms. So kind of an inward rotation, just boom, coming in here. And then that just unlocks all of that. Here, you got the chicken wing here. You locked in, baby. So check this out. He's got that action going on right here, and it's natural. He's not trying to make his arms go up like that, and that's when they were training the guy, that's what was happening. Look at his hands. All right, he says he's never got an arm pump in his life. And Jett did say he would sit early in the turn, where like guys were training and they were standing all the way through here and then sitting right here. Well, Jett said, no, I'm sitting more right here. And he said because of the speed. And yes, he can do that. And like AJ's pointing out here, roll speed. So he's got the roll speed. I mean, he's coming in hot. So roll speed, just speed. Just come into that turn as hot as you can. And wow, sitting here. And look at his position. You go and sit like this on a 450, you would think naturally you're gonna loop out, but he's got the speed, and it's real loose. Look at his position. It doesn't look like he's going hard, right? And that's the thing. Like, this is what he looked like in Vegas, and I'm watching him like land off of jumps and everything. I'm like, yo, dude look like he just chilling out there on this 450, but he's getting maximum traction right here.
Momentum. When you watch a lot of these videos through, a lot of these shots through, like right there, just listen to Jett's bike. He lands the double, he lets off the throttle,
yeah,
and then he does a little burst of throttle before the brake comes. And what that does is it keeps the bike light where everybody else is braking for the corner.
Yeah,
that is really important to allow you to do this. And you'll notice this is a common theme as you watch this video, is that Jett commonly stands deep into the corner, mostly to the 50% mark in the turn. When riders are trying to sit early in the corner.
Yeah, and I did point this out last video. I was like, he does say he sits earlier than the average rider, but most of the times, and I did say this because I don't want anyone to be confused, they do sit deep into the corner, and he does that here, which is great.
It means they have to brake harder, sit earlier, and it kind of just speeds up the whole process and everything feels rushed. When you watch Jett come into the entry, he stands strong in the attack position, keeps that bike light, actually soaks it up to him almost BMX style.
I'm sorry, we're gonna slow this down, AJ.
When you watch Jett come into the entry,
I'm gonna slow this down. There's some good stuff right here. I'm not gonna rip the whole video. So got that little pop right there, a throttle. Look at, he's on the controls. On the controls. On the controls. Look at where he's looking. There's so many things here, like when you slow it down, and that front wheel. So I guess that's it technically. Eyes, head, front wheel, and then the rest follows. Looking through the turn. Boom, sit. Cracking that throttle right here. He's off. He's off, he's completely off. Things we can't see, but AJ's gonna talk about it, is right here, what he's doing with his feet. He's gonna keep working this though. He's gonna get better. Look at that. That was it right there. That's what we're talking about. Coming through, and that position where he's sitting, he could go from sitting to complete control right there. And it's just all race. That right there, man. That's it. That's how he's beating. And that is your champion in the 450 class. Should have been, would have been, and I believe, Supercross, Motocross champ, and SMX champ. Will that be the case next year? I think so. Pending injury, I say Jett sweeps Supercross, Motocross, and Super Motocross. 100%. 100%. Unless somebody like cleans him out or he gets injured.
Sits right at that 50% mark. And you'll notice that as a common theme as we go through the videos. Even the right-hander here, he doesn't sit until he gets to that tree.
Well, I mean, even look how much he's leaning. We gotta take that back. He will barely stick the foot out, but he will sometimes. But nah, yo, check out the way he was leaning. And I just want to point out how he's able to do this. This lean action right here, low key, if you're not like that, this is scary. This is scary hours right here. It's like, oh, I'm going down. Speed, man. Like, he can do this because of the speed, man. And like, it's kind of tricky if you're not riding as fast as this. You think you gotta like do all this stuff, and we see guys go down and fall and crash. And we're more straight up riders because we're not going as fast. So I'm kind of crazy. I'll lock that brain. I'll turn that brain off and just send it in there just to see what happens. Cause like, to me, and if you can get rid of the fear, to me, like nothing happens here. Like if I fall, it's just just a few scratches on the bike. And it's good to sometimes take a few falls. Like that's just my mindset. Like if it's working on corner and turns, like I'm not afraid of that. Like hitting jumps and different. Like if you're going to clear like a 30 footer, that's different. You got kind of eye that thing up. But this, I'm sending that thing in there. I'm sitting in there, I'm gonna just keep pushing the limits. Just go a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. And what AJ's talking about, keep building up that roll speed. Cracking that throttle early on. That was the first thing I learned when I hit a track and I knew nothing, was that building speed early on is the best thing you could do. Is the safest thing you could do. Build up the speed early on, not when you get to danger zone, not when you get to the turn, not when you get to the face of the jump. Build it up early. Thank you, AJ.
Which is right at the 50% mark. Standing in that attack position, nice and strong, feet tight. And keep in mind, these ruts are, he's the only one out there right now, but the ruts aren't shallow. These are deep ruts to where most people will look at the ruts on this track and say, oh, absolutely, this is where you gotta get the foot high and tight and up and out of the way. But that's not the case. In this left-hander, same exact thing with the roll speed, getting off of the brakes. In fact, using no rear brake here whatsoever. And
yeah, they say that in the last video, no rear brake. When you can go into the turn knowing you're not going to touch the rear brake, then you can go ahead and start focusing on where my feet are going to be, how do my hips need to be, where am I going to crack the throttle at. Like, it changes the whole dynamic, because where that right foot is changes everything, especially coming into a left-hand turn. I like that he's mentioning that.
Just a very gentle 5%, 10% acceleration going through the bumps. The bumps are there because that's where everybody else hits the brakes. This is at least a theory that I have. all of the braking bumps are in that one area because there has been an era of riding to where everybody has been taught to charge in as deep and as hard as you can and to brake as aggressively and as hard as you can in one spot. So we have now tracks forming where there are really, really big braking bumps all in one small little section. I predict that with this new wave, we're going to have riders getting off of the brakes earlier, carrying that very gentle acceleration over those bumps. But eventually what that's going to cause is it's going to cause not that many braking bumps before the corner. So then eventually 10 years, 15 years down the road, it's going to go back to riders needing to drive in harder and brake deeper.
I'm with that. I totally agree. These are the details and the details and the details, man. Like, what do you guys think about that? I remember I watched this and I was like, oh, that's facts. Like, that's facts. Like, generations can affect the next generation in ways like this, right? Where are the braking bumps? And this is why, like, certain things like, oh, there's no whoops. There's not a lot of whoops right here. So if there's not a lot of whoops right here, it's going to dictate how the ruts are after this turn, how the ruts are before this turn, like certain things like that, because it dictates the amount of speed that guys would have had versus what they have now. Like, all these little incremental track changes and technique changes affect everything, man. This is so good. This is so crazy. And he's right. And Jett and Hunter are going out here. Like, can you imagine like them training on their own track? They don't even have the conditions. Like, it would be good for them to train with others because then they get the normal track. Them training on their own track, it's going to be a different track because their track is going to be based off how they ride. So that is some crazy good stuff. We're going to skip forward here. Like I said, you guys click on his video, watch the whole thing. We're just going to find another point right here. But I know he got Jett was getting better as he went on. So we're gonna kind of go over here to the end. There's a lot of good stuff he says right here. So definitely go and check it out. But let's see what happens right here.
The time. And Jett's excuse, by the way, was that he didn't want to take the time. He felt like there wasn't enough time.
Oh, I like this. Jett not being perfect.
Because he didn't have that preload and that.
Oh no.
Able to help absorb, especially because he's coming into a jump here. He had to roll the double in because he didn't have that preload and that ankle flexion to be able to pop him up. That is something that Jett has done a really good job of working on since this clip. And it became that much more important when he got on 450s because he had to control that bigger bike. So making sure you take the time. And Jett's excuse, by the way, was that he didn't want to take the time. He felt like there wasn't enough time for him to bring the foot back into position. There's always time to bring it back into position. And it's something that you just need to prioritize with a little bit of conscious thought. So watch the outside foot here. He doesn't have it on this.
Yeah, this would be the last point. I'm glad he brought this up. This was the point that really intrigued me about this video, and it was closer to the end, is because we hear what it takes to be what he is going from 250s to 450s. This was so this is why, for me, like, analyzing these types of videos and listening to what AJ's saying, listening to what Jett is saying, is why I'm not surprised that he's great on a 450 coming from 250. It's also why I'm not going to be surprised why Deegan is going to be good on a 450, because guys, you don't understand. Like, so many people are, oh, he's not going to be dominating on 450. And I don't know why people are saying that, because first off, you don't know. People said that with Jett, but they don't understand the time that went into the craftiness that went into this. And like AJ says, he learned, they're out here working silently. And he learned that that's something that I need to do and could give me better bike control and stuff. Hunter was saying, like, man, I'm just having trouble controlling the 450. So what did Hunter do? He came out here and they learned how to control the 450. Now he's chasing Tomac in a year. Man, you don't mean to tell me you don't think Deegan can do that? Come on, yo. So it's not a matter of like, this is beyond like, oh, I want to win, I'm going to go out here and try to win, but I can't win. Like, when I say I believe Deegan can dominate in the 450 class, when I say dominate, I mean like top three. Top three is dominating. First year, I'm saying because I believe the way Jett mindset was right here, taking the time to learn why I'm not as good on a 450 and where I can be better, I believe Deegan is going to do that. I believe Brian is going to make or take Deegan to the next level to be able to do that. I believe his team and everyone around him is going to help him to be able to do that. And some people, I don't know, smooth brain, think he can't. That's just crazy.
Done a very good job of improving his footwork from the time this video was shot. So if you watch,
You don't think Deegan gonna improve his footwork? Man, come on.
this clip right here, I'm gonna press play here. Watch that outside foot. So he goes from the rear brake and then leaves it on the arch of his foot because he didn't take the time to return it back to the balls of his feet. So I'll play it through one more time. He's on the rear brake here. He dragged the rear brake too late. He then returns it right here, but he doesn't really return it. Look at where that foot peg is on his foot. So that is technically incorrect. And the reason that that's something you don't want to do is because if you're on that part of your foot on the foot peg, you're not able to apply that pressure down into the outside peg as much as you would like. And two, and probably even more importantly, you've now eliminated that ankle flexion. So if you're...
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna stop the video right there. Go check this one out and go watch the full video. But you know what was crazy? When we watched him, that clip I got of Jett and Charlotte, and I'm gonna see if I can find it. Something as simple as this. I noticed this. I'm like, oh snap, he's on the heels. He needs to be on balls of his feet right here. And as soon as I thought that, boom, he moves his foot right here. And now he's on the balls of his feet. And now he can drive. And he can do all the crazy things we see him do in the sand right here. And then also take note, look at his legs. They straight. All right, Tomac, he's got the rounded back. You know, knees bent, but look at the difference. He ain't got as much control of the bike right here. Tomac has been having turning problems. Some people blame it on a Yamaha. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I blame it on technique. It looks okay, it looks good, it looks good. Like average person, like all these people's like, man, look at Tomac out there hauling on that Yamaha. But Chase is better, you know, he's better. But I mean, you saw Jett. I mean, my boy legs look like plankton out there. Them things was stiff. But, you know, and like Rhino said, hey, nitpicking, but the guy's winning and he actually not winning by that much. And it's the incremental thing. So what do you guys think about all this? This is very intriguing to me. This science of dirt bike riding, motocross, supercross. I ain't trying to rip what Kawasaki does in the middle of the race broadcast, but this is amazing to me, guys. So drop down in the comments, what do you think? I believe that these little small things that that he's saying are very true, very great. And really, honestly, the biggest thing that I'm learning from what he's saying is that Jett is not perfect. Jett had to learn what he was doing wrong, and he dropping jewels right here, by the way. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, if Jett can do it, Deegan can do it. And wow, yeah, like that foot is not back, he can't. This is a jump. Now Jett is off. This is Jett not perfect, but here's the thing about Jett, he learns from this stuff right here. They look at those lap times, they go and they watch and they learn and they feel, and this looks like uncharacteristic for Jett, right? But we get to see night in and night out him not make this mistake because he's putting that work in right here. And I love that. This was Jett when he first got on a 450, by the way. This was like early on 450 Jett. And now we get to see those things like his Z-Max, him making that transfer, him moving those feet, those small things. So guys, this is so cool to me. And this is why I don't just be talking outside of my neck, man. This stuff is like crazy to analyze and break down. So Jett is the standard. Once again, drop down in the comments some other videos you guys want me to watch. There's a lot of them out there. So I'm excited to kind of do this and watch these videos and react to them with you guys. So let me know if y'all feeling this. Thank you for watching the video. I will catch you guys in the next one.